Sorry about the pink eye. Merida, Valladolid. Got absolutely saturated on the bike on the way here. I didn't have my rain jacket on and I was running out of petrol. It's a bit touch and go, but we made it here. Quick stop at the Pemex. Finally made it out of crazy Tulum after a heavy week. Some DJing and Mayan monkey and some filming at the wonderful Maya Tulum, and thank you Pam for that opportunity. It was a great night, some really good artists actually. And yeah, now I'm off the beaten track finally. I'm at a cenote. This one's called Chichen. There's another one coming up called Sinup, and the other one I can't remember the name of, but we're going to check this one out. And we're gonna... Yo, hablo inglés? Sí.
Maya.
Poco Maya también.
Okay, look, we have two cenotes here.
This guy is chatting to me. Un momento. Hopefully the water of this wonderful looking cenote will do something about my pink eye, which I managed to get after one too many nights in the straw hat. Don't go to the straw hat. It is blooming bonkers. There's much better things to do in Tulum. But yeah, if you want to get covered in tinsel, then it's a good place to go. Welcome to Sinup. And the hawkers are on you with cold coconuts immediatamente. And little casings for your iPhone if you want to go diving. But I have a case for this thing that I'm holding right in my hand right now. So I should be good. Although it did kill my previous pocket too, so hopefully it won't happen again. Okay, now we're entering the underworld. Mira. So we enter Xibalba. I don't know if you can see a great deal, but this looks pretty blooming awesome. So apart from the guard, I've got this little beautiful place to myself. boat us into the next one. That's a bit bright, but that was a pretty special spot. No ropa para mí, gracias. Son bonitas para mí, gracias. We're off to the next spot. These lovely people are trying to sell some clothes. There's not a lot of people around, unfortunately, no mucha gente. Let's hope the next spot, which comes with the ticket price, is as special as that last place. I think I was pretty lucky to have the whole gaff to myself. Trying to explain to me how wonderful and dulce the coconut water is, like I've never tried it before. I'm not really up for getting my wallet out for some coconut water right at this minute in time, laden with tech, towels, wallets, cameras. You know what I'm saying? So the last one was Eshkeken. This one, Samula. I was on the bike a second ago, on El Moto, all over for this lovely place, carne asada. And then this happened. That was good timing when I saw the roast chicken. It's a little bit like the cenote. Man, what good timing that was. Yeah, we're stopping here for some chicken and then we're stopping for the rain. Ek Balam. The guys at the ticket office know we can't keep your mochila, your rucksack. But the kind guy there scanning the ticket, he said, yeah man, leave it there. Do you have to pay? No, you don't have to pay. So that's a little bit of a weight off my shoulders. We've got an hour and a half. It cost me £20, roughly 500 Mexican pesos, which is, yeah, it's quite costly considering I've only got an hour and a half after my 2 visits to the cenotes. So here we are, in la zona archeologica. We're not far from Valladolid, a little bit further north. I don't know much about Ek Balam, but I know it's a pretty big site from the classic period to the late classic. And look now, I'm in the ball court, the infamous ball courts of the Maya, where the game of life and death was carried out. And the winner, it could be, for the winning team, they could be put to death happily, going willingly into the other world, knowing full well that they've done their bit for the community. Pretty decent sized ball court. Coming up to a crowd of people. Looks like it's a pretty big structure. Yeah, someone's having fun. Look at these stucco. Wow. Check this out. Serious piece of stucco. Easily the tallest thing in the neighbourhood. Flat Yucatan, as far as I can see. Low-lying jungle, high-rising temples. See a similar thing in Onward, in the Rio Backstyle, further south near the border with Guatemala. And up we go.
No, pues está mejor. No, parada no porque te pierdas. Por eso. Y despacito. Sentado conmigo para muy chulo.
No pasa nada. ¿No quieres? La verdad sí está bien peligroso.
Getting down is a little bit tougher than getting up. Must be something to do with those goddamn skateboarding knees. You can see those really nice polished, well-cut stones just sticking out amongst the rock face, amongst all the stuff that just looks like a bunch of rubble. This is a pyramid, but it's just massively overgrown and in need of a bit of Indiana Jonesage. Yeah, I mean, what would it take? I had a lot of time and money to bring this pyramid back to life, but it's most certainly a pyramid. I'm guessing this is like the Caracol, Chichen Itza, kind of in a snail sort of shape. Could be an observatory. It's a wild guess, but I think a pretty good one. My beautiful habitation. A wonderful little room for one night. This wonderful little place. And of course, I'll give you one guess where we are. Just walking up to the temple of Kukulkan in the infamous Chichen Itza. Some of the most incredible wonders of the world can be found in the northern Yucatan peninsula of Mexico. One of them being an enormous piece of pink eye. Where the hell that came from? But apart from that natural wonder, you might also find this, El Castillo, otherwise known as the Temple of Kukulkan. Skulls and a man with a mouthpiece that makes it sound like a jaguar. We're in the largest ball court in the Americas, the infamous ball court Chichen Itza, with its incredibly steep sides and its very high scoring ring. That I just find it unbelievable that they ever got that rubber ball up there and through that hoop. Check it out. You think you'll be able to get a rubber ball up there and through that hoop with just your hips and knees alone, no hands or elbows? I find that completely impossible. I was lucky enough to overhear a tour guide saying it's 168 meters long from end to end. But unlike other ball courts, it's got a flat part between the sides and the fascia. So it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but here it is, it's the ball court.
Claro, allá.
¿Qué quieres? Está bien.
Puedes descargar tus videos y verlos sin conexión.
No, yo no quiero armar el bolote, con estos patos.
Sí. Damas y caballeros, señoras y señores, muy buenas noches. Sean bienvenidos a disfrutar nuestra tradicional vaquería, lunes de noche regional. Muy amables por esos aplausos, qué bonito. Gracias, verdaderamente, estos aplausos que ustedes nos entregan, le entregan a los artistas, enriquecen este espacio, este programa, el cual pues ya salen más motivados, entendiendo que aquí estamos justamente para disfrutar los siguientes minutos la actuación esta noche del ballet folclórico titular. A nombre del alcalde de la ciudad de Mérida, licenciado Renán Barrera Concha, damos la bienvenida al turismo nacional e internacional. Con ustedes, Raúl Lam. El aplauso para recibirlo.
Amigos, muy buenas noches. Sean bienvenidos a esta fiesta de alegría. Yo les voy a describir lo que es la vaquería. El convite de vaqueras de la semana pasada anunció apalabradas a 16 jaraneras, tronando los voladores que fabrica don Gustavo. Así lo anunció don Dolores, que es el nuevo diputado.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I'm trying to fly my drone and went over to the municipal building and they said you need a paper. I showed them my message from the government saying that an extranjero, a foreigner like me, can fly his drone. I'm quite glad I didn't fly my drone because look at these pigeons. They're always a scary bunch when you're flying drones. And the little chief of police making it very difficult, saying, no, you need some papers. I said, I don't need a paper, it's under 250 grams. He said, yeah, but you need the authorities from the air industry. And I said, I don't think I do, because I'm nowhere near an airport, and I've got a 250 gram, under 250 gram drone. And still decided it was a no. Although the young lady that was trying to help me out put me in touch with the right offices, he said, no, you have to go all the way out of town, get a bit of paper from the authorities of the air industry. And not now, mate, sorry. I'm trying to have a moan about the authorities of Merida. So I've got this beautiful cathedral behind me. Try to go the correct route, and the answer was no, so I'm a bit annoyed about that. I'm going to have to go underground. I'm going to have to get a little bit covert. Anyway, check out this nativity scene. So I'm back on the route, La Ruta Maya, after the Puke route soon. That's P-U-U-C, not P-U-K-E. What goes on there is some seriously good-looking Mayan sites of the late classic period. Uxmal, Labna, Sayil. Check out the nativity scene. You got your Christmas elephant right there. The classic Oxo Cafe Frio. Yeah, I'm getting my hell out of Merida. It's a crazy little town. It's nice in the centre. It's got some nice colonial bits and bobs, some really grand buildings with huge doors that look about 300 years old. But I can't be bothered to get my ass down to Uxmal, Labna, Sayil, Kaba, maybe even Mayapan. It's going to cost an arm and a leg on this little motorbike, this little scooter. And here I am. Looks like I'm in the heart of Brixton. So I'm going to burn it all the way back to Tulum, maybe stay in Koba mid-evening, be the first one on top of that pyramid like I was the last time. I was there about 13 years ago, so it's going to be a sore bum from here. Just when I was recording then, I had a beep, a hoot, a horn from the municipal police. It's got some aggressive sounding, just like the Americans do on their cars. And yeah, their patrol cars are very similar. And I had a cigarette in my hand and a coffee in the other, the third coffee of the day. So I'm ready to burn down the road and get the hell out of Merida. I'm trying to leave the city and I am lost as shit. I didn't think I'd be using a portaloo along the highway. I'm somewhere between Merida and Valladolid. Chichen Itza is not that far. And I'm about to run out of gas. There's not been a gas station for a long time, and so I couldn't have got any sooner. But I just stopped a truck driver and he said, yeah, you can just carry on down here on the side of the road of the construction and maybe ask someone who could help me out, but not for another 20 or 30 kilometers. I don't think my little bike, my little cute bike is gonna get me there. So I'm pretty fucked actually. And there's nobody down there as far as the eye can see to nick a little bit of juice, a little bit of gas from a car. So whether I risk it or not, I don't know, but it's pretty tense. I'm not going to argue with that. I just thought I'd put my bike in the shade for a moment and hope that someone pulls in and can help me out with a little bit of jank or dove, whatever you want to call it, a bit of gas and petroleum spirit. Because with my mechs I go, may not be going anywhere. Look where I am. I feel like I'm in the outback of Australia, and because the other side of the road is like a single carriageway but with one lane per direction, if I get caught out on that without any juice, then that could cause serious problems. Can't be flagging down someone on one lane when the whole entire traffic going between Merida and Cancun and Valladolid is going that way. So hay un problema muy grande. I just walked up to a truck and there was a lady in there with her partner, and to begin with she said, yeah, it's going to be two-way traffic in one lane. As you can see, I'm on the second lane here, which is under construction, for 400 kilometers, 400 kilometers. Absolutely not going to make that, but she made a mistake. It was 40, but that's still a long way to go and break down when you have huge juggernauts, 18-wheelers flying by and buses. Not only that, I was behind a police escort. Well, they weren't escorting me, they were escorting a military truck full of petrol, which would have been handy a little earlier. And yeah, I was right behind them for maybe 30 miles, and they stopped a bit further back. And when I pulled over here at this construction site, I'm walking down the road to my bike just there, and they passed by me a second ago, looking a bit bemused as to why I was here. But 40 kilometers, that's 30 miles on empty. That's not going to happen. I can see some petrol inside the tank, but it's not a great deal. And she said anything that's passing by here, solo con diesel, so only trucks with diesel. Which this little thing is not going to like very much. That was a very close call, because when I filled up and the empty sign's been flashing, it usually charges me around 70 or 80, and that one came in at 115. So I was a lot more vacía, empty than normal. And we are in Pista again, which is around the corner from Chichen Itza. And there's a little ruin here called Yashuna. Maybe I'll check it out while I'm here. but it's the 20th of December. And half the reason why I'm here is to be on top of a pyramid on the 21st of December, and that's tomorrow, so I better get back to Tulum so I can be on the top of Calak Mall, try and get a bus down from Tulum to Spuhil and take things from there and get a ride deep into the jungle. I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour ride from Spuhil, because you can't stay anywhere near Calak Mall, but it means getting back to Tulum. So that's what we're going to do.